Good morning, McGraw. How you doing?
We're doing great. Everyone keeps saying how the Super Bowl wasn't political and Lady Gaga was apolitical in the commercials. All I saw was politics all over the place.
In the commercials, I saw a lot more politics, but I think Lady Gaga was not apolitical, but she chose her songs well.
Well, this land is your land. This land is my land is about as right. I mean, that I don't know how overt or covert it is, but clearly, maybe I'm finding things that she didn't mean. But that, God Bless America, and then what's the one song she says, "Born This Way," which just sort of seems to be a I don't know if it's veiled, but it just seemed like it slapped me across the face. Maybe because I was looking for it.
Right, and you should be looking for it because what she was doing was being herself, which is exactly what she said she was going to do. She was going to entertain in the way she does by offering up something for everyone. And since she sang God Bless America, This Land Is Your Land, she sang songs that appealed to both sides.
Right.
And that's really the way you should do it.
Right.
It's a game for everybody.
I liked when she said
everybody take something.
I liked when she said "Hi, Dad." I thought that was the coolest part of the halftime show.
And mom.
And mom. Oh, okay. I didn't hear the mom part. As for the commercials, it seemed like it was outside of the immigration theme. It seemed like it wasn't like it was in years past.
I mean, just because they're boring?
Well, yeah, okay. I don't know. It just seemed like there wasn't the big splashy stuff. I don't know why. It just seemed like maybe this is sort of played out. Maybe they're not spending the money they used to on these things. I don't know.
I just think there's not a lot of creativity left. In case you haven't noticed, we currently live in a land of reboots and revivals.
Well, what do you really think?
Well,
all right, fair enough.
When one of the best commercials starts out with a Lego My Ego commercial.
Right. But there wasn't,
for Stranger Things too, which, part of that, the fun of that is because we're examining all things that were here before.
Right.
So.
I just seem to be, I mean, it was a great game, I guess, but the commercials, it's not the creativity. There weren't any talking babies. There weren't any animals. There wasn't any. It just seemed like there was one immigrant story after another. What's that?
Spuds McKenzie was back.
Okay, another reboot. Fair enough. Let's move on. Debut of 24. I never really got the first boot. Now this is the reboot. What do we think of the new 24?
I never watched the first 24, believe it or not.
Okay.
So is that what you meant by you never got the first boot?
That is correct, yes.
Good. Okay, good. So two freshies. Did you watch it last night?
I did not watch it. I turned off the Super Bowl midway through the fourth quarter because I knew the Patriots were going to win and I couldn't stomach it.
I really wish you had watched 24 because then we could have both talked about this as newbies. I didn't watch 24 the first time around because I never thought that Kiefer Sutherland fit as a hero.
Okay.
He just never seemed like the guy that was going to be out there busting down walls and things in his attempts to save the world. And I thought it looked kind of like loony. It turns out it really is loony. And the things that they do are absolutely ludicrous. Really weird decision choices. Characters can do things that anybody in the ordinary, everyday world would never be able to do.
Right.
Let alone like an Army Ranger who just came back from, life over there, wherever I don't really know where he was, somewhere killing a sheik. And even though it was ridiculous in that manner, I decided to watch it as such, and it's actually going to be kind of fun.
So you liked it?
Like is maybe not the perfect term, but I find it enjoyable.
All right, fair enough. I watched the first season of the first season, and the first 12 hours they were trying to catch the bad guy, and when they finally caught the bad guy, then that really wasn't the bad guy. There was a bad guy behind the bad guy, so they had to take 12 more hours trying to find the other bad guy. So it seemed like they were just spinning their wheels to get to the final thing to arrest the bad guy.
Well, I've already decided that I know who the final bad guy is.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. Did you see the story? Is it Christy Mintz? Is that who it was?
Christy Metz.
Metz?
Christy Metz.
The story about how she got the role on This Is Us?
I didn't know how she got it, but I heard that when she got it, she only had 81 cents left.
How about that? That's a great story.
I guess Hollywood should be pounding on my door at about any minute now. I am the next big star.
Well, I mean, you hear all sorts of great stories like that. Was it Michael J. Fox who had to return the phone call to accept Family Ties on a payphone because they had already turned his phone off? You love stories like that.
It's amazing how everybody who just wants to give up, you have to remember, don't give up because it's that close.
I had a comedian once tell me that oftentimes people give up right before their big break. Right? So they're about to give up. They're going to phone it in. Somebody talked them out of it, and lo and behold, they get their deal. John Hamm tells this story. He was sleeping on Joe Buck's couch, and he says, I'm going to go back to Hollywood one more time. And he goes back and he lands Mad Men, and the rest is history. So great stories. All right, you want to chime in on our best cop show Fab Five poll?
I'm wondering why Criminal Minds wasn't on there.
Now hold on a second.
One of my questions.
Now hold on a second. You understand, running a website like TVFanatic.com, that you can't have every single 1 hour drama TV cop show on there. That's why
I understand that, but can we just step back a second and realize that one's been on for 13 years?
Well, that's why we have the other category, so you can write it in.
Well, yeah, and then you look at True Detective that was on for one good year and one absolute crap year, and still, where was Criminal Minds?
So you would vote on Criminal Minds being the best TV 1 hour cop show ever?
That's the only one that I actually watch these days.
Well, go back and look at NYPD Blue.
PD Blue.
That
yes.
That has an odds-on chance to win. Because
I actually like NYPD Blue a lot, especially in connection with Jimmy Smits being on 24 Legacy.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, Carissa, what's the best TV show we're not watching?
I'm worried that I already told you this, and if I did, then I'm just going to compound my interest in it.
Okay.
Colony on USA Network.
You have not told us about Colony.
Okay, good, and we're in a good place. It's about a alien invasion that we're just learning in season 2 had been in place for decades, and it only took place a year ago where they actually came down to Earth and ruined everything. And the performances are great. It stars Josh Holloway from Lost?
Oh yeah, Josh Holloway. Yeah, sure.
Josh Holloway. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah.
Watching too much of The Affair. And Sarah Wayne Callies, who was on The Walking Dead and also Prison Break.
Okay.
And they star as a married couple, and it's about them trying to keep their family together. But one of them was working with the resistance, and one of them was working with the occupation. And they weren't really sharing that information with each other for the entire first season. So it was, they're two different takes on trying to get their family back together. And working the system from both directions. And
it's called Colony, and what channel is it on?
It's on USA Network.
But we can certainly download it from Hulu or somewhere and sort of watch it from the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. And the second season has really changed things up and raised the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
And last week's performance by one of the side stars, Kathleen Rose Perkins, who you can see in so many different places. She was on Chicago Code Black this season. She stars in episodes with Matthew LeBlanc. Just amazing work.
Colonial in its second season. All right, good. Carissa Pavlika, managing editor of TVFanatic.com, upset that Criminal Minds isn't on our Fab 5 poll. Go to KTRS.com to vote on that. Carissa, have yourself a good week. We'll check you out at TVFanatic.com, and we'll talk to you next Monday.
Okay, sounds great.
You got it. 828.
Bye.
Big